Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Charlie Fibrosis, and today we are doing what is effectively going to be the very last episode of the NASCAR Thunder 2003 Career Mode. And you guys might be wondering, well, wait, why are you doing that? You already completed what your plan was to be, and that was to win a NASCAR Winston Cup Series championship. And on that end, you are indeed right. However, I feel that it's also appropriate to just kind of see where a little bit of mystery comes about. Kind of showcase a little bit of stuff, at least as to if it was planned, if we ended up having to run 2005 to win the championship. And I am going to show something a little bit behind the scenes as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go here, and we're going to go into Player 1. And we're gonna go to the custom cars. This was a test that I was working with earlier. I did manage to get a Dave Blaney scheme kind of made because at the time we were running the 77 and I wanted to try and have like a backup, so to speak, or I wanted to have a throwback of some sort. Something along the lines of like, if Jasper, if we got stuck with Jasper for 2005 or so, or we wanted to run other schemes, we could be able to make it work. And this was just a test scheme that I was working with. I was effectively trying to rebuild the original 1999 scheme, I believe, and remake that. But as you guys know, when the season ended, or technically more mid-season, we ended up going the petty route. We ended up joining up with the 43 and going about it that way. So, in the end, this scheme has never been used. It never got run, because we did not go the path of Jasper. This is mainly what I wanted to show you guys. So, I've actually done this scheme over a few different times. This has kind of been, quote-unquote, my primary, so to speak, for all different types of stuff. This was going to be, if we did not get a package sponsorship, we would run this scheme instead. And I had a few variations of it. The idea was that we were effectively going to run the 33, that was driven by Andy Petrie Racing. In its dying days, they had Paul Menard run the 33 Menard's Turtle Wax car, and this is effectively what it was. But since the team didn't really exist by this point, or at least the 55 still did, the 33 was in dire straits. I went ahead and remade this scheme, and honestly, it turned out very well. Unfortunately, we will not be able to run it because we are still in a petty contract going into 2005, but this was the plan. If we could not find a package sponsorship, or we lost a package sponsorship at any point in the season, this is what we would have run. We would have effectively run our own self-sufficient team, and this is the scheme, or at least this is the stuff that would have gone the path. That also is considering how many times I won polls, how many races I won. Like, if we had a more dialed down season, so to speak, something that was more in line with actually what season 1 and season 2 would have been, we would have just gone back to our own car, and this is what we would have run. I can't honestly, for the life of me, remember why I necessarily put Ryan Blaney here, but I think I was just trying my best to, like, do test runs more than anything and go about it that way. Plus, I mean, at least in this case, it kind of fits. Blaney did run this scheme as a throwback. There are personally some adjustments I would make now looking at it. When I've done this scheme in other things like NR 2003 or iRacing, for iRacing, for example, for both cars, unless I'm specifically trying to do a throwback to the Menard car, I'm going to do the lower body panels in yellow, and I'm going to do the top part of it in black. And that's how I kind of prefer it, to be honest. And then, at least in iRacing, the only change that would necessarily be made, because I am going to be running some iRacing events here ahead, is the roof is going to become yellow because I cannot set the roof number and the door numbers as different colors from one another. I did go ahead and make the, effectively what is the Bubba Wallace paint scheme from the 43 back when he drove the car, and then put that onto this Pontiac. I think this effectively ended up being what I ran for some races or so, but the problem is I can't honestly remember if I still have the base for this. I'd be kind of curious as to how much I've saved over the last couple of years. Most stuff did get backed up, but I can't guarantee as to, like, specifically that. The thing about it is I know that this is technically not the scheme that Adam Petty drove in 1999. I know that it is close, but it is not 100% accurate. But I was also kind of fine with it, so yeah, I wanted to go ahead and show that off. I did go ahead and take what effectively was my car that was run after Richmond. Lo and behold, we ended up helping Petty Enterprises in the end with the championship and multiple wins. But that night when we beat out Kyle Petty in the 45 car, I then later on went ahead and repurposed this scheme and did a hybrid of it. I've got one for the Chevy body and then one for a Pontiac in remembrance of Adam Petty. This is just an in-game car, and this is just an in-game car if I ever needed them. These were good starting templates and everything like that. So yeah, I did kind of wonder if I was going to be doing the path of we'll run Pontiacs at super speedways and then we'll run Chevys at the at most other racetracks. But honestly, just hilariously how it went the whole entire way. Like, I honestly thought that I was going to be going back to Chevrolet at some point, and no. The highlight of a majority of my career was with Ford and Dodge, of all things. And Dodge, that's probably the more hilarious part of it. I'm going to be honest when I say this, I don't really have an interest in Dodge whatsoever. The fact that they're coming back, they're coming back on the Truck Series at least. The fact that Dodge is coming back is really strange to me, because I don't know what the end plan is. Is Dodge supposed to make their return to the Cup Series? And more to the point, how invested are they even going to be in this project? Dodge unfortunately went in and out of the sport so quickly, and probably the greatest thing that happened to them was winning the championship with Keselowski. But my general question is, Dodge, you're owned by Stellantis. How much money do you exactly think that you have here to be able to run a successful NASCAR program? And if the goal is to get into the Cup Series, you're going to need to throw a lot of money at this. So, to me, yeah, it's a very complex explanation. It's like a very complex situation. But I, of all people, just generally feel that if Dodge makes their return to the Cup Series, it's going to be just as half-hearted by the end of their time in the Cup Series. That they're going to be out of the sport, or Stellantis will go bankrupt before then. That there's no real point in it continuing. So, that's my general mood, which is why it's hilarious that we're a Dodge champion. Like, we ended up getting the championship with Dodge, and arguably at that time with one of the worst Dodge teams in NASCAR. Petty Enterprises almost got one win with Jerry Nadeau, but that was their highlight. So to me, yeah, it's a lot. So I did want to go ahead and show these schemes off, like I said. We were considering doing the Paul Menard's Turtle Wax type of style. And there's a part of me that's actually kind of disappointed this will not see the track. But this was going to be essentially the evolution of the car. And I know you can't see it well, but if you look up on the roof rail, like right above where the B-pillar is, those are all of my wind stickers. I was building win stickers and putting them on this car each and every time I won a race. And what I also didn't realize that apparently they also put the win stickers on the passenger side. I didn't know that until recently. But I was putting win stickers on this car, on a backup car so much. And I just never pointed it out, because to me, why point it out when it's likely we're gonna go and win another race? So, all right, let's get into career mode. All right, so here's how it's all gonna go. The team management, I think we've already got a car built for Daytona. We sort of do and we sort of don't. What is even in my inventory of chassis and engines? Okay. We got some stuff. So we got some stuff in storage, alright. So that's the case of the chassis. What about engines? Okay, we got a perfect 100 engine that's just been in storage all this time. Weird that the power and efficiency is not as high as I thought it would be. Maybe we salvage something from the best power or the best efficiency, and that would probably be means. That's kind of interesting. I don't know how much that's gonna drop us down, but means was a solid car, so I don't know. This is kind of an interesting situation. So, all right. So anyway, as it goes, we don't have a lot of money. We do not have a lot of money right now. Like, we are under $1 million, and this is something that's a little confusing to me. I thought that winning the NASCAR Cup Series championship would equal out to a massive prize pool. Like, I thought it would probably be like $2 to $5 million right off the bat for winning the thing. And apparently not. So, let's take a look at these stats one last time. We were the champion last season, 153 points over Tony Stewart, with $10.4 million in earnings. And Dale Jarrett was the closest to that, and he did not get it. He ended up finishing 4th in standings. Man. And then one last look at the driver's stats. 36 starts, 32 poles. A scant few went and challenged that. Host of winners, 15 for me, 5 for Dale Jarrett, 3 for Sterling Weiland, 2 for Tony Stewart, 2 for Jeff Gordon, 2 for James Finch. Dale Jr. got 2. Kyle Petty got a pole. Ryan Newman got a pole. Mark Martin got a pole. Terry Labonte got a pole. Bobby Gordon got a pole. That's it. Sorry, not poles, wins. I'm sorry. Most top 5s. Dale Jarrett beat us with 2 extra top 10s. Best average start. Tony Stewart had the best average finish, which, to be completely honest, I'm not surprised that he got so close to winning the championship. Because even though that 11.9 versus 10.5 is not a lot, it does make up for certain races. Most laps led. Dale Jarrett was the fastest. Kevin Harvick ran the most laps. Ladies and gentlemen, that was everything. That was everything for 2004. New season. Casey Atwood is retired. Jerry Nadeau is retired. And Scott Wimmer, of all people, has now taken over the 25. Okay, then. And this is what we're mainly going to change. We're going to Legend difficulty. So you guys will get to see the Daytona 500 and Speedweeks on Legend difficulty. And then if I want to continue this on my own, I will. But we're not doing any more episodes until we hit the final race. Like, whenever I get around to that, that will be the end of this series. For this, it's... could we actually keep up that dominance that we had? Because I gotta be honest with you, 32 poles out of 36 is way too easy. The fact that Veteran got way too easy for me is crazy, So we got our car built and ready to go. One last check on everything to make sure that we got what we need. I think I am gonna go ahead and run means. It's not that big of a deal. I think we can make some money in the Bud Shootout if we win, which will be good. But, oh. Yes, I do want to sign. I actually want to re-sign everyone. They did such a good job last year that... It honestly might make... no, it didn't cost me any extra money. Alright. Let's do it.
MRN is live in Daytona Beach, Florida for today's NASCAR Winston Cup action in the pole shootout. Would you look at this field? It's going to be hard to pick a winner in this one.
Yeah, this is always a great race. Each driver has earned their spot by being a pole winner, which means we're in for some fast action. And what better place to be than right here at Daytona?
Jimmy Spencer has earned the name Mr. Excitement with his all-out aggressive driving style.
Well, every time Jimmy Spencer gets in a race car, you know he's going to drive the wheels off that thing. Sometimes it gets him into trouble, but it makes for some great racing action.
After finishing second twice to Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the Busch Series championship, Kenseth beat him out for Rookie of the Year in 2000.
And he did it without qualifying well. Despite only 2 top 10 starting spots, he posted a 14th place points finish and a win and 11 top 10s.
Two-tire pit stop under the green flag. Okay.
Starting out front are the DeWalt Power Tools Ford and the 20 car. Starting in row 2 will be the Team Rusty Ford and the Ganassi Racing Dodge. In row 3 are the GM Goodrich Service Plus Chevrolet and the Mark Martin Ford. In row 4 are the Rubbermaid Ford and the 24 car. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots are the Dale Jr. Chevrolet and the 23 car. The 6th row has the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge and the Hamelin Ford. In row 7 are the America Online Chevrolet and the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. Starting the race from row 8 are the Lowe Chevrolet and the 99 car. And in row 9 are the UPS Ford and the Altel Ford. Starting in row 10 will be the Target Dodge and the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. And finally, starting from the rear of the field will be the 44 car.
Alright, so I guess they put me dead last because they know how good I am at this. I was too OP last season, so they put me dead last. NASCAR was like, well, we just had a man just absolutely dominate the polls, and we'll change the rules so that former winners and everyone and their mother can be able to come and run this race, because running with 5 cars is not the idea. So I think if I was going to pit, I probably would pit for left side tires and go about it that way. But I gotta say this, Means has got a mean streak. This has got power to it, so I don't think the difficulty change is really gonna affect us all that much. Oh crap. Well, it still can blow. That was a great run, though. Fortunately, the engine just could not take it, so we're gonna have to pit.
You're clear.
Might be pitting too early, but
5, buddy. 5 to go. 10-4.
I have a really weird feeling that this is going to be an issue at the 500. Like, the Dodge engines might just be very, very shatter prone. I mean, in fairness, I have absolutely maxed out as much as I can with the budget that I've got to do well.
Some of the leaders are coming in together. Right side's only on the 20 car. Two-tire stop for car number 23.
I mean, the way that it goes is the car is still really, really fast. Like, we're still cooking alone at 193 miles an hour. So we didn't really slow up too much.
Teams are going to be jealous looking at that lap. Keep it up. The 18 car is inside. Nice pass. Okay, we're clear.
We might still need the draft a little bit, but not much. Like, we're still cooking really, really well.
Going inside. You only put 2 tires on. 28. Clear all around. Number 24. Now look. Your right front's wearing down. Keep an eye on it. You're clear. That was your best lap of the day. The leaders are coming into pit. Number 20 is outside. The 20 car is looking high. Okay, we're clear.
I think the leader did not hit,
Gain another spot.
which is not going to be good for them. So it's now going to be a
Entering the track ahead.
hot battle between 28.
Signs only on car number 99.
But he's getting held up. Matt Kenseth is getting held up.
Number 28 is outside. He gained another position with that pass. One more lap. Clear on both sides.
Jeff Burton,
The 99
we're gonna get third. I think that is, I don't know who won, but they're gonna get disqualified. They did not pit, and I figure that second did not pit either. So now it's a battle for the lead, battle for the win. The car is still running fantastic. Like it barely took anything. I think we're gonna win it. I think we're gonna win away. Cross the line. Who didn't pit? We win. Last year it was with Ford, this year it's with Dodge.
This is the kind of finish the fans love to see.
Yeah, these NASCAR Winston Cup races can be hundreds of laps, yet when all is said and done, sometimes there's just a few tenths or even less separating the leaders. That was incredible.
And the 44 car passed an awful lot of cars on his way to a win.
What an incredible race he had. That was really quite amazing to watch him fight his way to the front. That whole team deserves a lot of credit for their hard work.
We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast of NASCAR Winston Cup Racing on the voice of NASCAR, MRN. We'll see you next week at Daytona.
Okay, a decent amount of money. Now I gotta look up something, so I don't know if they'll list it. No. They didn't really do so. So I'm curious as to this, so Sterling Marlin, I guess, had something go wrong with his car, and he pitted. I'm trying to think as to who in the world was, like, not seen. I'm just mainly wondering who got disqualified. Because I made minor contact with Jeff Green and Michael Waltrip, but I don't think they ended up taking the lead. Did they lead any laps? I won. Huh. You know what? Hold on. 4 laps led, 3 laps led. 19th and 20th. They got disqualified. And by circumstance, I guess Michael Waltrip? Michael Waltrip just finished worse? I don't know. Something happened. And I don't know if Sterling Marlin and Jeff Green got DNQ'd or got disqualified, or if Michael Waltrip and Jeff Green got disqualified and Sterling Marlin, like, blew an engine late into the race. I don't know. Wow. Okay. Let's go to the Daytona race then. Alright, so real quick, we now have 1.19 million. I don't know if there's, like, anything that we can necessarily cobble together or repair necessarily. Means ran great. Like, there's no wear and tear to the car at all, so I don't know if we just kind of sell off some old stuff that we don't need anymore, which I'm guessing. I kind of think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell some old stuff. We can make some money back. We can make better things. One, two, three, 4, 5 engines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can sell off some more chassis. One more check on that inventory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 5. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 97. Last one to sell. That's a lot of good money. That's good recouping. So I guess that our engines and chassis are like so strong that they're willing to get bought by the highest bidder. So that's good. We could probably do an R&D project just to get things moving. I don't even know what I necessarily want per se. The chassis drafting actually could be beneficial, and it's a bit of money, but I can work with that. You know what? For the hell of it, just for my own future. Let's build an engine. Let's build a chassis. We'll see if stuff like that can be able to get us another championship. And we still have $2 million in the bank. Like, if we go out and win this 500, that's going to be big money. Alright. Likely we are going to sit on the pole. Let's see what we can do. If we sit on the pole, I don't necessarily see the point in running the Gatorade 125. I don't think that it gives us any more money, and I'd rather just not deal with it. We got the accomplishment, something that no person in the history of NASCAR has managed to do, and that's win a Bud Shootout, win a Gatorade 125, and win the Daytona 500 all in the same weekend. We got to do that last year. I don't see the point in doing it again.
One more time around.
Hey, okay, that's interesting. Maybe I do run the Gatorade 125. Funny, I really thought that was going to be the best damn lap that we could put down, but okay. So it doesn't make any mention as to where I have to finish or if I have to pit. So we'll just go ahead and do what we can and see if we can be able to win the damn thing. Well, at least give us a few extra positions. Engine fly, engine fly. Well, I gotta admit, the thing that I gotta give credit for is this. They definitely are not gonna be gifting me poles anytime soon. Like, if I want to get a pole this season, I'm gonna have to really fight for it. And given how aggressively Jeff Gordon was racing me, I think that it's gonna be a struggle to be able to get wins too. Like, man, a 15-win season, I don't think it's possible on Legends. Maybe a 9-race season is, but that kind of brings me back down to earth, comparatively speaking, competitiveness level. But man, man, oh man, oh man. They got one car with a smoking engine. Don't know who it is, but toodaloo to you. Good luck to you on Sunday. Alright, Pack's forming up, like they're getting going. I wouldn't be surprised if Mark and Jeff, not Mark and Jeff. Yeah, Mark and Jeff. I was getting the wrong Jeffs mixed up. I don't know if Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon are going to be able to beat me, but I think that they might be able to catch me off the exit of like turn 4 or so.
Here we go, last lap.
You know, it's crazy to me thinking about this, but it's like, I know that 2004 was the start of the chase and everything like that, and the change in the point system and everything like that, and you guys got to see at the tail end of last year, like, that was very much a thing. But I think the thing that blows me away the most is just simply, in a few short years, the car tomorrow gets started, like, Toyota comes into the scene, etc. And yeah, it's just wild. Gonna come across the line, we're gonna win the 125.
That's the way to do it.
We did that purely for the positional gain for the 500.
Not many drivers led a lap in this race.
Well, to be honest, Joe, I'm a little surprised that we didn't have more leaders. Just goes to show that with the right setup and the right strategy, you really can dominate a NASCAR Winston Cup race.
The 44 car doesn't look any different than when he started this race.
You know, these NASCAR Winston Cup race teams absolutely love drivers who take care of their cars. Makes their jobs a whole lot easier when they aren't having to spend extra hours in the body shop each week.
Okay, they didn't have anything else to say. Alright. Yep, no money. But I think that moves us up from 8th, maybe to 4th.
Well, here we are at the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, the NASCAR Winston Cup Series premier event. This is Joe Moore, and I'm with Barney Hall to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage on MRN. With a history and prestige here at this track, the teams seem to be all pushing themselves just a little harder this week.
Well, you're right. To have your name mentioned as a former winner here at Daytona puts you on a list with some drivers that these guys have admired since they were kids.
Sterling Marlin picked up Rookie of the Year honors in 1983, but it took him over 10 years to find his way to victory lane.
But he made it there in impressive fashion. If you have to wait that long to pick up a win, you might as well make it a big one. And Sterling did with a win in the 1994 Daytona 500.
Jeff Green joined Richard Childress Racing in 2001. It was the first year RCR had run 3 cars at one time in Winston Cup.
And being a part of a very successful multi-car operation is important to Jeff. His first foray into Winston Cup was a little rough, but with Childress, he's got a good chance to run well week in and week out.
2000 was a memorable year for Johnny Benson at Daytona. He was leading the 500 with 4 laps to go, but wound up in 12th.
And you know, he didn't even have a sponsor up until race day. Johnny was out front and looking good, but he got railroaded by a train of Fords after a late caution restart.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Well, here's the starting lineup.
Starting out front are trusty Ford and the DuPont Chevrolet. Starting in row 2 will be the 98 car and 44 car. In row 3 are the Ganassi Racing Dodge and the Martin Ford. In row 4 are the Home Depot Pontiac and the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots are the UPS Ford and the Dodge dealers UAW Dodge. The 6th row has the GM Goodwrench Service Plus Chevrolet and the Caterpillar Dodge. In row 7 are the 77 car and the 23 car. Starting the race from row 8 are the 14 car and the Alltel Ford. And in row 9 are the Dale Jr. Chevrolet and the Lowe Chevrolet. Starting in row 10 will be the 11 car and the 46 car. In row 11 are the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet and the America Online Chevrolet. In row 12 are the Motorcraft Ford and the Singular Wireless Chevrolet. Row 13 finds the Citgo Ford and the Rubbermaid Ford. The 14th row has the BAM Racing Dodge and the Sprint Dodge. In row 15 are the Kellogg Chevrolet and the Kodak Chevrolet. Starting the race from row 16 are the Tide Ford and the Dodge dealers UAW Dodge. Row 17 has the M&M's Pontiac and the 26 car. Starting in row 18 will be the DeWalt Power Tools Ford and the Haviland Ford. In row 19 are the Target Dodge and the 16 car. In row 20 are the UAW Delphi Chevrolet and the Valvoline Pontiac. Back in row 21 we have the 63 car and the Pennzoil Chevrolet. And rounding out the field is the 27 car.
All right, I hope you found everyone that you wanted to find. Green flag is out. My calculation was spot on, 4th place.
Got one down line.
That was just a guesstimation.
The 6th car is outside. Still there. Still beside you. We're in the top 5. Clear on both sides. Got one outside.
I swear to God, I feel like I'm in my rookie year again. So I am very certain I led a lot less laps in my rookie Daytona 500 than I did here.
You haven't got much longer on that left front tire. Awesome lap. The 24 car is coming right.
In fairness to Jeff Gordon, he did win the 2005 Daytona 500. So I actually am
That's the speed we're looking for.
like the timeline is pretty consistent right now.
You should be about halfway on fuel.
Mark Martin heads into the pits.
Attaboy, keep it smooth, just like that.
Tony Stewart, who finished second in last year's points, he's hunting for the lead.
The 20 car is looking high. That's what I'm talking about. Nice lap. The 45 car is down low. You're clear. Cars entering the track ahead. Be careful. Number 4, down low. Clear on both sides. Number 24 is looking right. I want to see more of those laps. Good job. Car down low. You're clear. You're down on fuel.
Dale Jarrett's gonna pit.
Got one eye.
We're gonna get to the inside of Dale. Sorry. We're gonna get to the inside of Jeff Gordon's protege, Jimmy Johnson, who has done nothing in this career mode. And Jimmy's gonna hold up. Jimmy's gonna be our best friend right now. Jimmy's gonna hold up Jeff. Jimmy doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pit this lap because I think if we push it another lap, we're not gonna have enough fuel.
Looks like some of the leaders are headed down pit road. Car high. All clear, buddy.
Alright, let's have a nice fast pit crew do what they came to do. 2 tires and a full tank of gas, boys. 5 lugs on, 5 lugs off, no issues. Gonna merge out. We're gonna have a head of steam over the rest of the field. We got enough gas to make it to the end. We're free to merge, unlike Kevin LePage. I'm going to be amazed if the AI manages to pull off some type of special strategy that manages to undercut the work that I've done and the domination that I've held at Daytona for the 500. Now, I may have more worn tires on the driver's side, but that may not matter all too much. We've only got 8 laps, and the car is still kicking like a horse. They might have the benefit of the draft. I got the benefit of a raw horsepower engine. So I think the answer is going to be blocking now. We're not pulling away at 190 miles an hour. We're only, well, now we are. We're not pulling away at 192 like I'm typically used to. And it looks like it's going to be a battle between old veterans for second. Sterling Weiland in the Coors Light 40, Dale Jarrett in the 88, and Jeff Gordon in the 24.
Keep coming, we're getting there. Number 40 is gaining on you. You're running third. Good job.
Sterling Weiland's no stranger to victory lane here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. unfortunately is going to lose this one. The man who won here twice. Oh, that was not Jeff Gordon that was flagged back there. Who was that? Because there's Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon's going to fall back to 4th, I would guess. Maybe that's Tony Stewart back there. Yeah, Jeff stayed out the extra lap. I would just realize that. Oh, no you don't, Dale. I'm not going to hit you, but I'm going to beat you. I'm going to crowd you. I'm going to make it my mission to make it as hard to get around me as possible. Oh, you want some too, Sterling? You want some of this? There you go. Get back there. I'm the king of Daytona, not you. There's a reason why I've won here 2 times in a row and why I'm going to win here 3 times in a row. Kyle Petty with a blown engine.
You're clear.
Dale's going to try to the inside. We're going to throw the block. Sterling's going to try to the outside. We're going to slide up and throw the block. Dale's going to keep trying to the inside. We're going to throw the block.
Good left. Keep hitting those marks.
Now they're going to settle out, and Dale Jarrett's going to get to second. The engine is stout, the engine is strong. It's not running the risk of blowing up.
The 88 car is looking to pass. Your right front's wearing down. Keep an eye on it. We got some more bonus points headed our way.
drifted up.
Hello. You should be about halfway on fuel. Hold your line. You're
We're
still
gonna
there.
pinch him down though. We're gonna still get ahead.
Okay, we're clear.
I am concerned about that left front though. It's just gotta hold on for 2 more laps.
Two to go.
I think if I ease off the throttle just a little bit at the entry of turns 1 and 2, maybe the tire might last just a little bit longer. That might help me with my cornering just a little bit. Jarrett to the outside, Jarrett to the inside. It's not gonna work. Sterling Marlin shoots to the inside.
You're flying out
White
there, buddy.
flag is out in the Daytona 500. Can we go 3 for 3? Gonna hold that inside. Car slides up just a little bit. Tires are very worn, but I think we're gonna be able to make it. Sterling Marlin on my back end. Tries to the outside. Tries to the inside. Blocked on both occasions. Sterling Marlin trying to win another Daytona 500. He's got to.
Number 40 wants to get by
He's
you.
rushing to the inside. Trying for the outside. Dale Jarrett's coming up. Throws a block on Sterling. Side by side battle for second. Here we go across the line. 3-time Daytona 500 winner. Yeah! Yeah! Yes!
Not a single caution lap was run in the whole race.
Whoa, that doesn't happen very often. It makes you pay a whole lot more for any mistakes. You don't have the cushion of yellow flags to get caught up.
The 44 car took excellent care of his race car.
And that'll be a relief on the old wallet, too. Costs big money to keep these NASCAR Winston Cup cars in tip-top shape week in and week out. When you don't damage them on race day, helps save a lot of time and a lot of money.
This has been an MRN broadcast of live NASCAR Winston Cup racing. Until next time, so long and have a great day.
Big money right there. I want you all to consider this real fast. We just sold so much of our old equipment, stuff that was race winning equipment, stuff that was led to a championship level of equipment. Sold a lot of that stuff off to be able to get ready for this season. And in addition, this technically wasn't even our best car, but this was the best This was the best car that we had in the shop, but not the best car that we could have run. This was our championship winning car last season. This was what we ran to the end of the year. And Means goes out and wins it at Daytona. And more than anything, I gotta be honest with you guys, that race actually had me concerned a number of times. Because I was just thinking, like, is the AI actually going to be smart enough that it can figure a way that if they get in the draft, or they keep trying to, like, go outside and inside, that they're going to split me in some capacity? Or maybe Dale Jarrett's going to try to the outside, and it's going to open up the door for Sterling Marlin, and then is Marlin going to have the power to get to the inside of me? Like, there were moments where I was actually concerned, like, oh, one of these guys is going to be able to get around me, and then how am I going to get around them? Because I'm going to be at the disadvantage because I've got the tire wear and everything like that. So, to put it all together, that race was actually just about as hard, at least hoping that I could make it to the end, as the very first Daytona 500 I ran all the way back in 2002. I misspoke. That was a 4th Daytona 500 win. We've won the Daytona 500 4 years in a row. Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, as that all goes. my misunderstanding. I goofed up there. That's 4 Daytona 500s in a row, and here's the biggest thing, and you guys saw on the graphic and everything. Petty Enterprises has not won a Daytona 500 since the 70s. Yeah. So, alright. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. This is effectively the last race episode that you guys will be seeing. If I come back to this, it'll probably be more along the lines of, like, how exactly did we do over the course of 20 seasons? You guys got to see 3 going into 4 of those 20 seasons. So, if there is a future for this and everything like that, I hope you guys get to enjoy that last episode. Hopefully I'll get to do it. I don't necessarily want to sim races, but maybe after this season I'll shrink down the difficulty, the race length, to get there faster. So, all right, let's go ahead and head on back home. Yeah, that shot me up to 5 point. Wow. All right. And 15 over Dale Jarrett. Alright. I will eventually have a document that'll kind of explain everything, and I'll go over that all with y'all, but that's the end of the series, effectively. I hope you guys enjoyed this bonus episode, because I did intend to cut it off at the end of 2004, whenever we won a championship. That feat has been accomplished, so it's only from there on my own. Thanks, everyone.